I don't like going back.
It's 8 months since Mildretta's world fell apart. 8 months since life stopped.
They murdered him and said, oh, well, that's just another black child, and kept going.
She's only made this journey back once, to a place of fun that has lost all innocence.
This is why I don't come here.
Like her grief, the ribbons remain, a playground that's become a memorial to her 12-year-old grandson, Tamir Rice. On a snowy day in November, he was playing with a replica airgun. Sitting on a bench behind, a man calls the police.
And there was a guy in there with a pistol, you know, it's probably fake, but he's like pointing it at everybody.
Twice more, the caller questions whether the weapon was a real gun.
He's pulling it in and out of his pants. I don't know if it's real or not.
But that doubt was never relayed to officers who were sent to the scene.
In the park by the youth center, there's a black male sitting on the swings. He's wearing a camouflage hat, a gray jacket with black sleeves. So he keeps pulling a gun out of his pants and pointing it at people.
Less than 2 seconds after a police patrol car pulls up, Tamir is shot.
Radio, shots fired, male down, black male, maybe 20, black revolver.
In fact, he was only 12 and it was fake.
I'm feeling lost all over again.
We return to the park in Cleveland with Mildretta and Tamir's father, Leonard, this makeshift shrine filled with messages for them.
They even brought cans of food that he liked.
He liked his green beans.
Mm-hmm.
And as awful as what happened to him was, his last moments, he was having fun.
Fun. And it was taken from him in a matter of seconds.
Leonard, what was Tamir like as a boy?
Fun, loving, caring.
Like to play a lot. Like to tell jokes.
Like to beat me up.
Like to eat.
But they say the police fatally misunderstood him and the threat he posed.
They all knew it was a play gun. But at the beginning, after they had killed Tamir, the officers was asked, was he a threat? They said no. He was never a threat to them police officers.
Those officers were Frank Garnbach and Timothy Lohman. Lohman was the one to open fire, a 26-year-old rookie just a few months into the job. Before joining the force, he was almost fired from his job as a patrolman in Independence in Ohio. In documents, he's described as emotionally unstable and unable to properly use a firearm. But Cleveland police said they didn't review his personnel file.
Every police officer that hits the street should be fully trained. So you just send a police officer out here, not fully trained, to do whatever they want to do, which is murder.
Neither officer administered first aid, and here Tamir's 14-year-old sister is seen running to help him, but is pushed to the ground.
Why would you throw her down to the ground? Because she's coming to check on her brother. Y'all murdered this boy, and then she watched him die.
At the time, the police claimed her brother had ignored commands to put his hands up.
There's a big issue with Cleveland police. The white cops don't like blacks.
In June, a judge ruled there was probable cause to charge Officer Lohman with the murder of Tamir Rice, but he didn't have the power to order arrests. Instead, the family are still waiting for a grand jury to decide. Cleveland police told us they couldn't comment on the case because of ongoing litigation.
To make it work for you.
But the lawyer for the Rice family says the legal process will be too secretive and justice already too slow.
To make matters worse, this killer cop is still on the payroll. Taxpayer payroll. He goes to work every day as a police officer to this day. In America, there is a speedy trial. One has to be tried within 90 days. We're working on 8 months.
The shooting fits into a broader history of dysfunction in Cleveland police, which had already been accused of using excessive force in which officers were rarely disciplined. And a year before, an investigation by the State Attorney General found systematic failure in the department. And now for this family, every day is hard.
And I will forever imagine the bright, beautiful future you should have had.